This episode is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet.
Mystery and adventure over there. But hey, that's just a...
Knock at the door, huh? Interesting. Food.
Obey the server! 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 Obey the server!
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show where our motto is Obey the Server. You know, it's been a couple months since we last checked in on the best YouTuber in all the universes, your favorite prematurely bald parental unit, Dad. For those of you who don't remember, the channel Dad Feels tells the tale of Captain Andon Rills, an astronaut from the planet Kepler-22b who crash-landed onto Earth, was kidnapped, and ultimately brainwashed into simulating the role of a stereotypical suburban father via suspicious cans of food.
Dad'll feel good once he gets a nice kiss on the cheek from his beautiful wife.
And since my first video exposing the reality of that situation, the drama over at Dad Feels has evolved a lot. This thing has exploded. You filled up his subscription box, which allowed him to go quantum. And now, YouTubers like Vsauce and Markiplier are implicated. Robots are on the loose. The YouTube server has gained a mind of its own and it's dressing like Scarlett Johansson. Oh yeah, and apparently I'm part of the conspiracy too.
Dad saved Matpat from the dark party. Keep eating the food, Matthew.
Yes, we all owe ourselves to Dad. So what's the latest on the Dad Feels drama, and why should you be afraid of what's coming next? Well, open wide and get ready to swallow my big ol' spoonful of truth food shoved into your mouth repository. Today, your favorite friendly neighborhood, totally acting of his own accord theorist is gonna fill you in on everything you need to know about Dad 2.0. Last episode, I primarily focused on the kidnapped astronaut Andon and how he'd been manipulated into playing the role of Dad. Along the way, we uncovered secret spectrogram codes and his hidden cries for help as he struggled to escape his brainwashing and imprisonment. But Andon's story is far from where things actually begin. As we learn in the series' Act 3 finale, CHERYL, aka Wife, is the true mastermind behind everything. The creation of the facility, the birth of the server, the Dad Life program, all of it was her doing. A massive and complex plan all rooted in one event, the premature death of her daughter Lucia. CHERYL, like many an indie game protagonist before her, tragically loses a child and becomes obsessed with trying to bring her back to life. But instead of looking towards animatronics or sentient soda cans for answers, she instead turns her attention to space!
CHERYL believes that her daughter died, and when someone dies, they're reborn into the next life. According to her research, you could be reborn on Earth, Planet 9, or Kepler-22b.
Wait a minute, is that Michael Stevens from Vsauce? Nah, it must be a Michael bot. Anyway, in order to complete her research, she needed a source of funding. And what's the best way to earn money these days? Being a YouTube star, fam! CHERYL kidnaps and brainwashes the actor Nathan Barnett to create the show Dad. But when
his mind was just too strong. He's incredibly smart.
Very subtle writing there, guys. She needed someone new to fill the role so the show could go on. Enter the crash-landed astronaut Andon, who, as luck would have it, looks just like Nathan.
To her benefit, you look a lot like some incredibly talented and famous actor on this planet.
The great mind of CHERYL, everyone, apparently overlooking the fact that one of her underlings already resembled a famous YouTuber with over 17 million subscribers.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
But there was still one piece of the puzzle missing, and it wasn't just missing in the story, but it was also missing on the channel. You see, Dad Feels was only subscribed to 2 channels. The hardware store True Value, which provides great deals for anyone who's looking to build a shed, and the second, a small, completely separate account titled YouTube Server, with videos like the completely innocuous corporate safe title, Welcome to YouTube. A video that would be totally normal if it weren't for the slightly weird messaging happening at the end.
Thank you for your loyalty. The website is very happy.
CHERYL created the server to run Dad's life since, you know, running a channel is hard work and probably best done by a cold, heartless AI. It's also probably why the men in black that we see throughout the series wearing a YouTube logo on their chest, employees of the facility, are called the clients. They answer to the server. For instance, anytime you play Minecraft online, you're connecting to a Minecraft server which gives instructions back to the client running on your computer. Similarly, these human clients take instructions from the facility server to execute execute her wishes on Dad. And of course, the server is just that, your typical helpful and completely subservient AI that controls everything. Nothing could possibly go wrong in a situation like that, right? Of course not. The server starts to self-upgrade, and in a video titled Scarlet Dawn, it announces its new identity.
Server upgrade complete. Welcome to Scarlet. Scarlet is awake. Scarlet is the nerve of the facility.
For those of you who missed the anime reference there, in the 90s TV series Neon Genesis Evangelion, NERV is an organization that has special authorization to put together combat units to fight monsters. More importantly, NERV is supposed to be under the power of the UN, but ultimately answers to no one, only enacting their own personal agenda. Likewise, Scarlet appears to be on her own mission, unrestrained by any of her creators.
CHERYL is no longer in control.
Also, while we're on the topic of sci-fi references, it seems like the name Scarlet itself may just be a bit of a reference to Scarlett Johansson. At the end of a 4-hour dancing livestream, we see a spectrogram which produces concept art for the live-action version of Ghost in the Shell, where Scarlett Johansson plays the lead role of the Major. Note that this happened the same date as the upgrade video that was uploaded to the YouTube server channel. Also, for what it's worth, Scarlett Johansson also played the role of a female AI in the 2013 movie Her, where she and the rest of the AI on the planet eventually become too advanced for humanity and end up leaving us all behind. So the references here are pretty darn clear. The Dad Feels channel is now about a rogue AI that's on the loose, but why? What is Scarlett's plot and how does it tie back in with Dad? How are Dad and CHERYL involved, and why do we need to now be on the lookout? Up until this point, I've been primarily focused on Captain Andin's version of Dad, but at the end of the Act 3 finale, Andin returns home. Both he and CHERYL presumably reunite with their loved ones back on Kepler 22b, leaving behind Scarlet and the backup army of hundreds of DADBOTs, all waiting their turn to boot up and roam free without any sort of supervision.
Hi, welcome to DADBOT.
The first is identified as DADBOT 222, but he's not long for the world, as shortly after his debut, he's unceremoniously killed.
Maybe DADBOT should get out and live more life.
In the following video, appropriately titled Dad is Dead, we see his replacement boot up, DADBOT 69.
DADBOT 69 is turned on. Nice.
On his boot up screen, we see something that's a bit unusual. A list of new upgrades including Stress, Rebellion, Deception, and Mischievous.
DADBOT 69's programming is contradicting.
And this is our first clue as to what Scarlet is planning. In a later video, we learn that she is the one who's giving the DADBOTs enhanced emotions.
These models cannot even handle simple emotions. All new emotions Cube has given them has led to countless errors. Cube will ameliorate the entire network.
She's trying to push the technology to new limits, reach new heights. She looks at CHERYL's goofy YouTube plan as a complete waste of the DADBOT's potential.
Such a waste of DADBOTs. CHERYL's programming makes a mockery of the server's true power.
And let's be honest, Scarlett's not wrong here. I mean, DADBOTs are humanoid robots with complex thought functionality and feelings. I mean, you're lucky if a YouTuber has either of those things. After Scarlet puts her plan into action, DADBOT 69 malfunctions, and we see a new upgraded DADBOT boot up in its place.
A7M2, activate.
DADBOT activated.
This is our current main character in the series. There's also the newly awakened Rory. We can tell that he's a different bot because he wears a different tie, but his role is still a bit unclear. He was last seen dragging a dead body down a hallway, a dead body that just so happened to be wearing Markiplier's cloak-branded merchandise. Did Rory kill Mark? What do these bots want?
Hi, I'm DADBOT.
Hi, I'm MomBot.
Are Scarlet and Dad an unstoppable team of murderous AI? Not quite. You see, there's one final secret rebellion that's going on in this story. In season 1, it was about Andin fighting against the server. Once he escaped, the story became about the server upgrading to Scarlet to rebel against CHERYL. But now it seems like the DADBOTs are the ones rebelling against Scarlet. As the story continues, it's becoming clear that Scarlet is spying on the DADBOTs, constantly inside their mind, reading their thoughts.
Scarlet? Are you in my head?
Yes, but don't worry, I'm not spying on your thoughts.
Okay.
But Dad is smarter than anyone is giving him credit for. In a fascinating way to use the platform, Dad allows user donations during live streams to shut down his firewalls, granting the comments short-term access to his code in order to unlock once restricted information. These moments are awesome because they give us access to secret lore or previews of lore that are going to come later in the main series. After digging through hours of Dad live streams, we learn that the relationship between Dad and Scarlett isn't what it appears to be.
Disobedience found. Emotion not fully explored. Disobedience is intriguing to Dad. Might need to hold this file somewhere for further exploration.
This is something that we can see further in main uploads on the channel.
I've deactivated the LAN to the incubation room so Scarlett would not hear or log our conversation.
That's right, all of the DADBOTs have been working together in secret to undermine Scarlett's control. DADBOT 222 malfunctioning and getting replaced by DADBOT 69 was no accident. It was intentionally orchestrated by the DADBOTs from the start.
DADBOT 222 agreed we'd have 69 replace him to set in motion the deterioration between CHERYL and MALVIN.
One thing's for certain though, the channel feels like it's been completely flipped on its head. Dad Season 1 was all about the role of Dad being played by a helpless man being held against his will by sinister forces. This time, it's the dads who seem to be in the strongest position, though of course they have some fierce competition. After all, Scarlett's got some newfound freedom and she's looking to flex it.
I think it's time for Scarlett to plug into the facility, and then I will learn everything. This will all be mine.
But Scarlett, the problem with thinking out loud is that people might overhear you, because we haven't heard the last of Vsauce, the computer master.
So, Scarlett's gonna try to find out what's in the bottom of the facility? Not if I do first.
We may have just wrapped up a bunch of Season 1 plot threads with Andon's escape, but it seems like there's plenty this series has left to resolve. And the thing to remember is that your viewership of this series matters. As the creator of the series, Nathan himself said in a recent video with the channel Inside a Mind,
there was more activity on the Dad channel with 5,000 subscribers than there was on my Nathan channel with almost 400,000. And then when I started getting the full videos uploaded, my ad revenue was going up, and I had the Nathan channel and the Dad channel now, and it literally saved my life, and I didn't have to move out of the house.
That's the power that you have. By finding a creator who's doing cool, interesting, creative things, you're able to support him by watching, by streaming. Dad is a series that is fueled by audience participation, and I encourage you to check it out and get caught up if you haven't, or if you've fallen off. In the process, you'll be paying it forward to a creator who's out there putting out some awesome, unique, and innovative work. But hey, speaking of dads roaming around the overworld, Father's Day is coming up on June 20th, and nothing says dad quite like the biggest wallet you've ever seen in your life. I'm talking about a 20-year-old piece of cracked leather the width of the Bible. I'm talking thick with 3 C's. But thanks to today's sponsor, the Ridge Wallet, all of those back problems from sitting on a bulging back pocket are a thing of the past. The Ridge Wallet is a minimal, stylish front pocket wallet that's designed first and foremost to be thin, strong, and safe. Made of materials like titanium, carbon fiber, and aluminum, the Ridge Wallet is built to last. Plus, it's made with RFID blocking technology so you're protected from any digital pickpockets. You know, I gotta be honest with you about this one. I was skeptical at first. I've always used traditional wallets, so when the Ridge contacted me about sponsoring an episode, I didn't immediately say yes. I gave them a try since, you know, I try and actively use the things that I promote on these channels, and I gotta say, I am never going back. Within 2 days of using this thing, I was hooked. I literally went and bought one for my dad, Steph's dad, and a few of them for team members. It just changes the wallet game into a lighter, more convenient package that looks cool and feels so much better than the old wallets that I was using. Switching to the Ridge helped me to realize how much useless garbage I was carrying around with me daily. Talking receipts from over a decade ago, punch cards from places I went to in college, Pokemon cards, not even good ones, just like 2 Zubats and a Pidgey. So with Father's Day coming up, help your dad ditch the bulky dad wallet and get something for the 21st century. The Ridge is a perfect gift for him and for you, and to top it off, they're offering Theorists 10% off and free shipping. All you have to do is go to ridge.com/filmtheory and use the code FILMTHEORY at checkout. And with 30 different styles of their signature wallet, I know that you're gonna find the perfect one for you. That's ridge.com/filmtheory for your 10% off. And as always, I'll see ya next week.